At some point, no matter how great you think your childhood is, everyone's childhood is going to be sucky. You guys, my name is Job Nazrael, and I don't know what I'm doing here.
Pika.
Childhoods. One thing that should always be associated with them is Pokemon. And on that note, Pokemon has made some very interesting strides recently. We're going to ignore the mobile travesty that is We Hate Our Fans, and instead focus on Pokemon Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon. Or, if it were up to me, Moon. Because why do I want... Actually, I can't even call it a reskin of Entei. Because Pokemon Sun and Moon did their best to reskin Pokemon. I can't even say likable characters because most of the characters are not likable. So I'm just gonna go with, Lily, wonderful, beautiful, beautiful child. Lunala, one of the best things that's happened to Pokemon since like Gen 3. I can't say Gen 2 because I like Gen 3, and I can't say Gen 1 because this asshole will get mad at me for having never actually played a Gen 2 game. Or the remakes. Insert hate speech down there. Yeah, no, Lunano. I can't even say her name. Is it a her? I'd like to think so. One of the reasons I liked Lunala as much as I did is, and it's absolute trash, it was easy to gender associate the Pokemon. Mewtwo is just kind of like, a Mewtwo. That is Mewtwo's gender. Mewtwo is Mewtwo. And Mewtwo sexual. Yes, she is. Poor Mew. And then for a good while, with the exception of the animal legendaries, you have a lot of meh legendaries coming out. The birds were all just, hey look, it's a bird. And then the dogs, like Suicune was cool. Yay. And Entei was fat, and the other one was lightning. He's like freaking me out on the screen. Or maybe he's not. I'm staring at the camera.
No, it's because he has a little mustache. Oh wait, no, that's Entei. Entei has a mustache. Ah, fuck, right.
He has. Why does a dog have kitty whiskers? Electrical kitty whiskers. Like, doesn't he have shoot off of his face? It's creepy. Gen 3. Groudon, beautiful. Like, Groudon was the legendary that got me actually interested in legendary Pokemon, because catching Mewtwo was a part of the story, and it's just like everybody did it for something to do. Groudon, if you did not catch him, you were miserable the rest of the game, because he became a very important team member. And the same can be said, I guess, for Kyogre. I didn't play Sapphire. I did play Emerald though, and Kyogre was nice because Thunder never missed, but eventually Thunder stopped being a worthwhile attack. And then I didn't get to play a lot of the games until recently. Like, for a good 10 years, maybe a little bit longer, Emerald was my newest Pokemon game. And that did not change until, I want to say about 2-3 months at most before Sun and Moon came out, at which point I panic purchased myself a 3DS after a few months of saving at work, so that I had actual money sitting around to spend, not just, oh, I bought this and now I'm broke. It's not canon of the videos. But like I hadn't played anything else, so I spent all that time on those and got that, and X was absolutely amazing. And then I got into Sun and Moon and played it for the sole purpose of catching Bat Queen. Delicious, wonderful, excellent, appeasing to look at. Typing was, for me, a huge selling point, because in the first couple, in Red, which was the one that I played, and Ruby and Emerald, Psychic Pokemon were my shit. In every game that I've played, I've caught, leveled, and then evolved into an Alakazam in every single game. And then I did my best to have a couple different Gardeviors for different attack bases, or attack setups. focus sleep. It's delicious. But Psychic has always been a huge thing for me, and in Gen 1, my favorite Pokemon for a long, long time was Gengar. Because the concept of Ghost Pokemon and there being only one set at the time was just really, really cool to me. It was a lot of fun. So for them to put out a decent Psychic Ghost was just beautiful. And for it to be Giant Bat Lady, and I say lady because I don't care who you are or what non-gender shit you're on, Lunala is a lady. I'm sorry. Sunbeam Leo the Lion is a man. He's a manly lion, but he's a man. And he's an Evente, which again, we can't say because we have Grimer and a Alolan rest of that shit vest. And then Lily was like, Lily was the side character that the games needed, that they kind of did it okay in X and Y. Lily did it right, because you had a side character that was there, that was part of the story kind of, that wasn't annoying as fuck. Gen 3 side character is annoying as fuck. Your rival is just an absolute piece of shit. And Lily was there as a side character, and a partner, and a friend.
To be honest, I kind of feel like same as Jabin, there's not really that much that you can be like, hell yeah, like Sun and Moon, that thing that they added was great. There is a lot to be satisfied with in the game, and it's kind of like my reason for this is kind of because they did it so much worse in the past 2 games that I was so I found it so enjoyable in this game, and it was Team Skull. I think that was at least one of the best additions to Sun and Moon. And like, I have to rant for a minute about Team Plasma, because that was possibly one of, I would say that's the best idea that they've had for a team within all of the games, and they completely destroyed that idea. Like, holy crap, you finally approached this topic that we've been joking about / wondering about for years. Is it wrong to be capturing these free animals? Whatever the fuck you want to call them. Like, these Pokemon are just roaming in the wild, and granted, some of them can wreck towns, and some of them are legendary gods, and those need to be kind of put in line. But at the same time, like, that Charmander that's just eating a couple of fucking raspberries, like, the hell did he do wrong? Like, why did you capture him? Because you thought he was rare? Like, that kind of puts across the wrong idea. You're not supposed to capture endangered species. But then they're just kind of like, oh, well, we only said that because we're evil. Like, no, there's not actually anything wrong with capturing Pokemon. And granted, N exists, and he was actually the kind of paragon for that team, but at the same time, like, he doesn't really give you any kind of insight other than, well, they sucked, but at least I'm good and I do the right thing, and it was such a great addition that he believed so hardcore that Pokemon shouldn't be captured that every time you fought him, he had a different set of Pokemon. I thought that was so badass, and he tamed the legendary Pokemon just by talking to him and shit, and I was like, holy shit, that was some beast shit. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it was just cartoonish evil notions, and I fucking hated that. But then you have Team Skull, and I'm not even going to talk about shitty ass Team Flare. But you have Team Skull, and Team Skull was shitty, and that's why they're great. They were this ragtag bunch of fuck-ups that couldn't do the island challenge. They weren't really doing anything with their life, and they were essentially, Team Skull was the Pokemon equivalent of millennials. That's what they were. They were just these entitled little shits that thought, well, you know, the world has fucked us, so we're gonna do evil shit. We're gonna steal Pokemon because, like, we deserve this. Like, oh, they wronged us. It's so refreshing to have them actually point out that they're in the wrong. Like they have the wrong mindset that they're terrible at what they're doing because they just have this terrible drive to actually do something good. And then you have the Nei-chan, I can't remember her name, let's just call her Big Sister, because she oh my god, she just looked like a thought when she was first announced, and I was like, oh my god, no, please don't do this. And then you actually get to know her, and she's like, man, I'm only here because her battles are pretty tough, I would say, and she's a good trainer, but she's there because she's like, they wouldn't know what to do with the world if I wasn't there to take care of them. And so she's there to help hold that team together because she feels bad for them. And I'm just like, holy shit, you have this awesome addition. And then there's Guzma. And, like, granted, I hate the entire aesthetic of Team Skull. I like the grunt uniforms, but other than that, I thought they were just ugly. I think Guzma is ugly. I think Big Sister Chan is ugly. But at the same time, I respect them so much that I enjoy the sight of them, because Guzma was this. I feel like he's the only deserving character in Team Skull because he wanted to be this one of the captains, or I think it was possibly Kazuna. I'm not entirely sure, but he didn't get that, and he stressed out about it, and he turned bad. He was just like he didn't know how to handle it, and he handled it in the wrong way. But he was still good. Like he was still like you battle him, and you're like, damn, maybe he did deserve to become one of the captains. And granted, he is the bug captain for that game, if you want to be technical. But it's just kind of like, man, like if he didn't have the wrong attitude about it, he would have been a great trainer. Like he possibly could have been one of the Elite Four, because he was holy shit, Galossopod, fucking wrecked house for first impression, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Fuck that move. It's so nice for them to finally do teams justice again, because Team Rocket, I feel like they never actually did Team Rocket right, but it was a good first try. They have this cartoony evil, and for them to have their kind of character arc in Silver was nice. Team Magma and Team Aqua will always be my favorite teams. Team Galactic was okay. They weren't entirely fuck-ups like Flare and Plasma, but Team Skull was a nod in the right direction, and I definitely appreciated that.
He essentially equates to a bug fanboy, which isn't, necessarily a problem.
No, you make a good point. That's that definitely has to.
The main reason he likes Guzma is because he's a bug fanboy.
To be fair, I didn't even know until I got to him. I was like, oh shit, cool.
He said that one of the main reasons he liked the game was Team Skull. They were, for me, one of the biggest problems with the game. I felt like they essentially turned the Pokemon villains into a gimmick. Like, this is something that we've been doing for the last 6 generations?
7, right?
The last 6 generations. Yeah, this is Gen 7. So, this is something we've been doing for the last 6 generations. This is something we have to throw in. And I will agree, Team Flare was absolutely and incredibly stupid. And a wash. The trend continued with Team Skull. They were annoying to look at, and their theme music was trash, and it was like
garbage.
As soon as they hit the screen, you knew you were in for at least 10 minutes of cuckery and bullshit of the nth degree. I mentioned it already. Alolan Aerolan Pokemon. Not okay. Just I'm so incredibly thankful that they skipped over some of my favorite Pokemon. Pokemon they chose, they did not need to, and Pokemon they should have chosen, they completely skipped over. Tell me why there was no Alolan Veloz. The only Pokemon they put out up to this point, not including some from the newest game, because some of the Pokemon did look rather tropical. Tell me why the one Pokemon up to this point who looked like it belonged on the fucking islands was not in the game. Nowhere to be found.
Jinx could have worked too.
Jinx would have been fine as well.
Yeah.
And then, who was the other one that I was Lapras is in the game, though.
Well, I was going to say Alolan.
Oh, yeah, no, an Alolan version of Lapras would have been absolutely
Orange
amazing.
Islands exist, guys. Come on.
Like, you couldn't even use your gimmick right? Come on. I mean, and most of them just came out ass ugly. Like, I understand, and I think it was my friend Van who explained it all to me, and to like talk to me about them. All of the Pokemon that they did it to, they came up with like actual reasons for why they made the physical changes that they did. Like Rattata and Raticate look this way because of some chemical that's in the earth in this area or some shit like that. So like, they had actual reasons for why they did it to the Pokemon they did it to, but they just looked like utter garbage. No pun intended for Grimer and Muck, because Alolan Muck was one of the only okay looking ones that was there. That and then Ice Picks and Ice Tails. And fuck you if that's not what you call them, because that's right. Like, my mom doesn't really care about Pokemon. She watched a little bit with me growing up. And she was confused and insulted by Alolan Exeggutor.
Rotom-Pokedex.
You didn't give me a chance to get there.
Rotom-Pokedex.
They gave a valid explanation as to why. He was bored and homeless as a Pokemon that travels the world.
Put him in a goddamn ball. Oh, Rotom-Pokedex. Okay, let me tell you about Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Oh wait, let me tell you about Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Oh wait, let me tell you about every game that isn't Sun and Moon real quick. Useful bottom screens. Granted, they have the map. I don't need the map in a Pokemon game. Like really, you don't need that map in a Pokemon game. It was helpful, it was cool, but
That's what you have Fly for.
you very well could have had that in addition to any of the other functionalities that the other games did. I'm not going to talk about Soul Silver and Heart Gold yet, because you just did a game. You just did Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, and you had the Pokemon search system, you had the radio channels, and you had the town map, and I believe there's one more functionality. There's the online functionalities that you can access through the bottom screen. So why the fuck did you take out all of that to replace it with Rotom-Pokedex? And mind you, for the most part, the map wasn't completely accessible unless you're pausing the screen. So the Rotom-Pokedex didn't really matter that much. It wasn't giving you that much functionality. Fucking, like, why in the hell did you take out being able to call Pokemon? Okay, Java doesn't know, and for those of you that don't know, once you find all Pokemon within an area, it doesn't even go that far. Think of it as Pokemon Go. You have that search bar that tells you Pokemon that are in the area. You click on one, and it calls it, so that you don't have to run around in the grass. You click on it, and it calls it to your area. Oh, you want to find a Ralts? Did you run into one Ralts in that area? You click on the bottom screen, it calls a Ralts to your area. It lets you know, it also lets you know that, and they also have this functionality in Black and White 2, I believe, that you could tell how many Pokemon are in a set area. It just let you know that you caught all the Pokemon in that area and you can move on just by looking at the bottom screen. Why the hell did you take that out? And even if you just kept the radio channel at the bottom, that was fine enough, because you pass by people and it lets you know what other people are doing on their adventures. Oh, they just grew this many berries. Oh, they just hatched this Pokemon. They just went through the battle tower. They just won a contest. They just beat the game. it let you know about the people in your surroundings. That was cool. Rotom Pokedex was fucking stupid. It served no purpose, and he just had a little text going on. Okay, fine. It let you know. It was kind of a waypoint and push you in the right direction if you forgot what was going on in the story, hadn't played in a couple games. Granted, I fall for that myself. But there was way too much hand-holding in Sun and Moon in the first place. So that was bad.
It was supposed to be a new Pokemon generation game, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I get why they had the, now I'm going into Soul Silver territory. I get why they had the whole, islands thing. But, and this has to go for everything that isn't Soul Silver. Why the fuck did you take out the ability to just grow berries in your pocket? You had this key item that was constantly updating on the bottom screen, and it was berries. You plant berries, you don't have to keep flying back to a set location. You grow berries in your pocket. It's fucking glorious. You took out every single useful thing in any Pokemon, and then you replaced it with fucking Rotom Pokedex. I don't understand why. That alone is worth like -2 points on the grand scale of whatever out of 10 for Pokemon Sun and Moon. But that was just our opinion, and we're right. If you thought Sun and Moon was good, you're wrong.
You haven't played a good Pokemon game before.
Yeah, you obviously are new to the game, and welcome to the Pokemon family. I'm sorry about the trauma. Let us know about how you have a wrong opinion in the comment section down below. If you agree with us and thought that Guzma was cool and that Lily was shitty. I was waiting for that one.
You can suck on Guzma's dick, bro.
Then let us know about that. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you hadn't already. If you haven't, I'm coming for you.
Dislike if you're a pussy.